Hey there! How are you, all my dancing friends? Hi, it's Christopher reaching out to you on this sunny, beautiful Arizona day. The ravens talking to us in the distance. The beautiful sun about to go behind Micah Mountain. And just wanted to connect because we got a contact class coming up pretty soon. And I know a lot of us have a lot of excitement about that. So I want to keep that momentum going. I want to welcome all the people who've registered and thank you for joining together with us on this awesome, epic community adventure. I also want to let everybody know who's not yet registered. If you're interested, it's a good time to register now because I have a feeling it's going to fill up. So you can find the link below this video and also in the email that I sent out. Meanwhile, I wanted to share a little bit about contact, kind of whet our appetite for what we're diving into. So I'm going to send out a video today and probably another one next week, exploring a couple of the different fundamental concepts and practices at the root of this practice. So back in the day, in the early, I think it was the mid-60s, Steve Paxton was one of the influential figures in contemporary dance. As modern dance was transitioning into contemporary dance back in the 60s, when so much experimentation was happening, as you know. Experimentation in the realms of all the arts. We're very familiar with the ways that it happened in music. And what was happening in dance was that choreographers, directors, dancers, they had an issue with the what they considered to be the pretense of modern dance. All that holding, all of that pretentious separation between the audience and the dancers. They wanted to dissolve that apparent separation between everyday life and the dance, between non-dancers and dancers, between the audience and the performing company. So they brought non-dancers on stage, and they set up site-specific dances. So they wanted to release and come back to what was most simple and most real. The other thing they did was they started to work a lot with pedestrian movement. Pedestrian movement is like the simple stuff that we do every day. Sitting in a chair and standing up. Sitting, standing, and walking. Lifting. Simple stuff like that. And so that concept of pedestrian movement was in Steve Paxton's vocabulary, and Steve Paxton is credited as being one of the founders of Contact Improv. So that concept and that way, that whole philosophy behind pedestrian movement is really at the foundation of the practice. And what is it about? It's about stripping away what's unnecessary. It's about coming back to the wonder of this body as it is, wonder of life as it is, and what happens when we cultivate this. In my experience of studying contact and teaching contact for years, it's really amazing how when we bring it back to simplicity, how it opens up a sense of wonder. There's so much wonder available inside of our body that we're not often in touch with. There's so much possibility inherent in our life. I mean, even just simply how you choose to sit. How you choose to sit in a chair. There are so many dynamics and mechanics of this body that are so miraculous. And this coming back to the simplicity, letting go of the different tensions that we hold on to, can bring us back to that natural mechanics of the body. So this can take away pain, because a lot of our pain comes from holding tension. This can take away our pain because a lot of our pain comes from misalignments in the body that are held by that unnecessary muscular tension. And so part of what we're doing in contact training is we're actually releasing unnecessary tension. We're coming back to those fundamental mechanics of the body, and instead of muscling it, forcing ourselves, we're constantly putting stress on our muscles in ways we don't need to. We can actually rely on the potency and the power of these amazing joints that we have and utilize the power of these forces, these other aspects of our environment for leverage and for momentum. There's a dance in everything. And so my suggestion as we get ready to enter this contact training ground floor in just about 2 weeks is that you start to play in your own life, in your everyday life, with simple things like how you sit and how you stand. Paying attention to how you walk. There's an amazing powerhouse right here where your femur comes into your pelvis. And there's an amazing thing that happens when you walk as the weight pours down from one leg to another, one leg to another. There's possibilities all the time. You can make a choreography out of getting out of the shower, the way you take the towel off the rack and dry yourself off, the way that you enter the kitchen and open the drawers and the cupboards, the way you slice, the way you throw it into the throw those vegetables into the pan, and the way you stir. All of this is motivated from really simple but also very profound mechanics that are available inside your body. And what this does in this contact training, as we let go of those pretenses, as we come back to the natural mechanics, it opens up a sensitivity in the body. It opens up a responsiveness in the body so that you can really start to respond to your environment, and that when you come into contact with another person who's also cultivating this kind of simplicity and responsivity, you can start to be more comfortable, more confident, and more co-creative, because the bodies are starting to respond to one another. We're not in our head so much, more in our body and our body's innate capacity to respond. And so that's the invitation. Take it and play with it. And I think before the class I'll do another video or two playing around with some different principles. And so for those who've registered, I'm so excited. And for those who are interested on the fence, I highly welcome you and recommend you to come. It's going to be a great community experience. And if you're in the class or you want to come in, bring in somebody from your existing community who you'd like to practice with and send this link to them. Invite them in. So thanks again. I hope you enjoy your week, your body, your life, and your creative process of how you engage with your environment, with this miracle of a body that we all have. And I'll see you really soon. Take care.